Module Overview. Module 10 serves as the culminating unit of the Portrait and Landscape Drawing course. At this advanced stage, you move beyond technical mastery into the realm of narrative visual composition, emotional engagement, and the cultivation of personal artistic identity. It is no longer about what you draw, but why and how you draw it. The module focuses on using composition as a tool to organize visual elements in ways that evoke mood, provoke thought, express individuality, and guide the viewer's gaze. Whether drawing a compelling face or a vast landscape, the goal becomes to create works that tell stories whether quiet and reflective or dramatic and provocative. You will explore historical and contemporary approaches to composition, examine cultural influences in storytelling, and build a signature visual language through experimentation and reflection. This module also emphasizes intentional design, how to arrange forms, lines, light, and space to maximize visual impact and emotional depth. It teaches students to make critical compositional decisions. Where should the focal point lie? Should the viewer feel tension or calm? How can emptiness or asymmetry be used to say more than the subject itself? The final leg of the course transforms the student from a proficient draftsman to an expressive, communicative visual storyteller with a distinctive artistic voice. 1. Advanced composition techniques. A. Principles of composition, balance, and asymmetry. How equilibrium and tension influence the viewer's emotional response. Rule of thirds and golden ratio, positioning subjects in mathematically pleasing proportions. Leading lines and directional flow, using implied lines to guide the eye through the drawing. Framing and cropping, controlling viewer focus by what is shown and what is not. Negative space, letting empty areas enhance or challenge the narrative. B. Hierarchy and focal points, establishing dominant and secondary subjects through contrast, size, and placement. Hierarchy of detail, rendering focal areas with more precision than peripheral elements. Strategic use of light, color in mixed media, and texture to enhance subject priority. 2. Storytelling in drawing. A. Narrative portraiture, expressions, posture, gaze direction, and setting as storytelling tools. Adding props, background details, or environmental clues that hint at character backstory. Using contrast or distortion to express emotional or psychological themes. B. Narrative in landscape art, conveying time, season, or weather to support narrative arcs. Infusing landscapes with human emotion, tranquility, isolation, grandeur, nostalgia. Symbolism. Birds as freedom, dead trees as decay, roads as journeys, etc. 3. Cultural and conceptual frameworks. Drawing from cultural mythology, local stories, political issues, or personal experience. Respectful representation and exploration of diverse perspectives in figurative work. Case studies of artists like Andrew Wyeth, Frida Kahlo, Kata Kollwitz, and Odilon Redon who infused narrative into composition. 4. Personal style development. A. What is style? Line quality, mark-making patterns, texture use, proportion bias, rendering intensity. Emotional tonality. Do your drawings feel soft, sharp, moody, energetic, ethereal? B. Exercises to develop style. Imitation to invention. Emulating different artists and extracting preferences. Drawing from imagination based on real emotional experiences. Creating a self-portrait or landscape that reflects internal psychological space. Creating a cohesive body of work. Selection of 3 to 5 pieces that show range yet consistency. Writing brief statements for each piece, explaining intent, composition choices, and thematic relevance. Seeking and responding to critique while defending artistic intent. Capstone project. Final portfolio piece, you will complete one highly refined, fully rendered artwork, either a portrait, landscape, or a hybrid composition that demonstrates all learned skills. Strong draftsmanship, masterful rendering, compelling composition, and deep personal or conceptual meaning. This piece must reflect the student's stylistic tendencies, show a high degree of narrative clarity, and serve as a portfolio centerpiece for future exhibitions, grant applications, or commissions. Practice assignments. Storyboard sketch. Plan 3 sequential portraits of landscapes that tell a visual story without words. Emotion. Landscape. Create a landscape that communicates a specific emotion using only visual elements. Contrast. Challenge. Draw a high-contrast image where one small object draws focus within a complex setting. Negative space focus. Design a composition where negative space becomes the most important visual element. Self-reflective portrait. Without including your likeness, create a symbolic self-portrait using objects and environment.